everybody, welcome to Rose Recap. I'm your love expert, Deanna Pappas.
And I am your TV expert, Nicole Seidman.
We are back with another wonderful week of The Bachelor. It took us straight to hometown dates, and I tell you what, Nicole, this is my favorite part because not only do you get to know the girls better, you get to know their families. And when you're dating, this is such an important part.
Oh yeah, you see a lot about a person. You see them in their own environment with their families, and it went really well for Chantel O, who had the first date.
She had a big hometown date, and when I say big, I'm talking about her house. It was huge.
It was gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, her front door was bigger than my own house in Georgia. It was enormous.
It was beautiful, and so was
her family. The mom was beautiful, the dad was beautiful, the brother was beautiful, Chantel O is beautiful, the dogs are beautiful.
It was perfect. And Brad definitely had a good time. Brad and the dad got along very well. I saw Brad looking at the mom like, if this is what Chantel looks like in 20 years, I am in, baby. But I loved it when they were outside by the statue. Did you notice Brad and the dad, and they were talking about their success and
how they were raised? I'm poor. No, I was poor. No, I was poor. Now I'm rich.
And I'm rich, and I'm richer. It was fantastic. I definitely think we see a good future for those two. And another date that went really well was Ashley's. Ashley's hometown date in Maine was adorable. Her family was so excited, so energetic, so filled with love.
So bubbly.
They were so bubbly, and every time they were sitting by each other, they were like on top of each other. Just, you could feel the love in that family. I think Brad had a good time too. What do you think?
I think I'd have a good time. I want to have a slumber party with Ashley's family.
So did they. They wanted to sleep right on the floor right there.
A date that didn't go so well was Chantel N's hometown date. And one thing that creeped me out was the creepy funeral music that played through her entire date. It was never ending.
Yeah.
And not only was it creepy, we're all sick of hearing about the death. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's unfortunate too because she's so beautiful and so cool, but this whole job thing is killing the romance between her and Brad, and I mean that with no pun intended. And the unfortunate thing also was that the job, the morgue, everything, that's the family business. So the date at the house was awkward as well, and it's very clear that her dad has no intention of her moving to Austin. I mean,
Daddy made that perfectly clear that Chantel N is going to be taking over the family business. So Chantel N will not be moving to Austin, Texas.
No, ma'am, but somebody that might be moving is Emily. Emily's date went really well, don't you think?
I love Emily. I was so glad to get to go on her hometown date this week, and felt right at home with Brad as well. Listen, I thought it was so wonderful. We saw Emily open up finally, and I was so happy to see that.
Oh, so was I. We met her beautiful little daughter who warmed up to Brad eventually. The only problem with the night was the end of it. When Brad would not kiss Emily, she was opening up, she was ready, she was wanting it, and he kind of chickened out.
Nicole, Emily was pretty much on the couch begging for it. She flat out said, that little girl's going to be upstairs every night. It doesn't matter. Just give it to me. Give it to her, Brad.
And after a few minutes of awkwardness, finally at the front door, they did have a juicy kiss, which went really, really well. I can't wait to see them next week. That's for sure.
Juicy, juicy, juicy took us straight to the rose ceremony. And I tell you what, best dressed this week, Emily.
She looked gorgeous. Blue is definitely her color.
Definitely her color.
Yes, and of course Chantel went home.
So sad, Chantel N went home, and listen, she handled it just like a lady.
She was very sweet. Wished Brad luck. Good luck to you as well, Chantel.
This takes us straight to the poll question this week. Guys, next week we are going on fantasy dates with Brad and all the girls to South Africa. This is also another one of my favorite parts of the show because when you get in the fantasy suite, you get tons of time alone. No cameras, no producers, nobody telling you what to talk about, when to talk about it, how to talk about it.
Just lots of champagne.
Lots of champagne and genuine time alone. So let's know this. Who is going to take Brad up on his fantasy suite offer? Will all the girls go to the fantasy suite? Or will some of the girls turn him down? Drop your answer at www.deanna-pappas.com.
And of course, for more reality show recaps, check out my blog, www.hotmomspot.blogspot.com. That is all the time we have for today. We will see you next week with your Rose Recap.